A new note on the 7 principles of making marriage work by John Gottman. Uh, a monster of positive psychology, one of the classics. He is able to tell you in a few minutes, I mentioned that in a previous note, about relationship. And by the way, this is not, I would venture to say, not just about marriages, but also about couples of various kinds. His techniques would work, and the book is really worthwhile read. Even if at times we may think that we know it's common sense, you have to be calm. I was mentioning in the previous note that you can tell a lot about the relationship and the way the dialogues are going from the start. In a way, it makes sense, you would say. But then it's one thing to use intuition and have a notion about something, know it in a superficial manner, and another thing, that's the way I feel at least, to have it well documented and proved. In Richard Laird, in a book, Happiness, Lessons from a New Science, speaks about the same. All is fair in love and war. So, speaking of common truths, of proverbs, sometimes they can be not just wrong, dead wrong, silly, and not just silly, actually, really, really harmful and killing in the end. If people apply that in war, well, there's so much killing and torture, and they don't respect the Geneva Convention. Notwithstanding other rules, and then in love, all is fair. Anyway, skipping that, so it's not all fair, there'll be some rules, one of which discovered by, and again proved by John Gottman, is that in happy marriages there will be 5 positive interactions between the two involved in the couple, to each negative one. There is no couple in the world where all is milk and honey or wine and roses, whatever other saying there is for a happy, heavenly relationship situation. But in happy couples, it's 5-1, which makes one think of Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson, another classic of positive psychology, where she established in general the rule of 3-1, 3 positive to 1. That's the formula that applies to positivity in general. For couples, it's 5-1 for the happy couples. For the others, I think it's at 1-1 or less. Those that are going down have a less than 1 negative to 1 positive rapport figure. One interesting suggestion, rule if you will, which I looked at not with amazement but still with the realization, with the awareness that I don't really do that. I didn't do that. Enhance your love maps. In other words, know your partner. And I will come to that because there's no time in this note. I try and make notes of 5 to 7 minutes and not go on for 20 or 1 hour, which is what I sort of do in general. I mean, I talk and talk and talk, but with that I get sidetracked, as perhaps I already did with positivity and the science the lessons from a new science. But keeping it shorter, there's no real ample space or time to get it. Plus, these guys, which help with positivity sometimes, if they offer 1, 2, 3, would not stop if they see I'm busy here, would destroy all this lab, happiness lab here, small. So I will come back with enhancing the love maps because it's worth it.